So with the help of the CC leaks, I have theory crafted the most busted support pairing in the Godforge Caverns experience. And it involves this guy that you're seeing on screen and the return of an old classic. So you're not going to want to miss this one. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hello everyone, Ragewood here, back with another Godforge video, and it is CC leaks. Now, today I'm going to be focusing on only one half of the CC leaks, and that is Quetzalcoatl and this team that I've been theory crafting in my head. However, there is another part that focuses on Loki down here, which I will release at a later date. Although you can check out any number of these creators, I'll just throw up all of their thumbnails here, if you want to go get information about Loki right now. But let's focus on Quetzalcoatl. So, for this week's CC Leaks, we have got to take a look at Quetzalcoatl. Now, he is one of the few American heroes that we have seen, and I think he's the only legendary that we've seen sort of made up. We know that Kizin and Metzli are going to be in the game, but they are not here yet. So, he is a Wisdom Invoker Order hero. Now, big shout out to Susie for personally recording this for us this week. She does show us some of the stats and the leveling, and it is particularly interesting for part of this guy's kit and his build. So we're going to let her take him to rank 6. And then, as you can see, at level 60, he has 20,000 HP, 900 attack, and some defense. So quite clearly not a damage dealer, and you wouldn't expect that from an invoker. Now, it does take an awful lot of experience and gold, and we do have some autofill when it comes to sacrificing things, which is very nice. I do like that as a quality of life feature. Now, straight away, looking at his abilities, he has a 21% speed aura in all battles. Now, anyone who's played Raid will know how strong a speed aura is, and we've got nothing else really to go by, but 21% seems pretty big. And the person that we are going to be pairing him with is making an appearance on our left for those eagle-eyed among you. Attacks one enemy and heals all allies. If the attack is a strong hit, place Petrify on the target. Now, we still don't have clarification on what exactly a strong hit is, but you can bet by the time that we do know, I will of course have a video for you. And the heal is equal to 10% of his max HP, so without any gear, he's going to be healing for 2,000, which seems like quite a lot. And his damage is based on resistance. Now, we do know that resistance does have another use in the game beyond just resisting debuffs. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's something to do with weak hit chance, something like that. I will ping up some text here during the editing just to confirm that. But yeah, interesting. So we're going to want to build him with lots of HP and lots of resistance. Now, the core is where things start to get a little bit spicy, and you can see sort of what Quetzalcoatl is doing. He is the feathered serpent, you know, a winged creature, and they've really sort of lent into that in the character design. He is increasing the turn meters of all allies by 20% and placing speed up on each target for 2 turns. Now, this does have a 5-turn cooldown. Hopefully we can reduce that for this sort of theory craft. But cool to see, leaning into sort of, like, say, winds, you know, making you go faster. I do love that. And then we have the ultimate, the Light of Knowledge. Now, he is going to start with 350 divinity, so we're going to be a third of the way to our ultimate already. He needs 1,000 to cast it, and he's going to be placing attack up, sharpen up, and accuracy up on all allies. Now, those are 3 very strong buffs. Obviously, attack up increasing your damage dealers. Sharpen, I think, increases your crit and chance to strong hit. I think. We'll find out in a second. And accuracy up so he can land those debuffs. And he will increase the ally with the highest turn meter by 50% when this hero's divinity reaches 100. So as soon as he gets his ult, he is going to boost whoever the highest turn meter is massively. So, in that regards, you want to perhaps build the rest of your team slower, perhaps, so that they get the biggest value from this boost, if that makes sense. So maybe you throw tons of initiative on the second person and less speed, so then when he boosts them, they're going to have sort of or be very close to that, having their ultimate ready. My mind has been really sort of whirring with this. I love this kind of stuff. And he gains 80 divinity whenever an ally strong hits an enemy with an attack, which is why I think Sharpen also increases strong hit chance. And 80 seems like quite a large chunk, especially as it doesn't appear to be limited to once per turn. Yes, so Sharpen increases crit damage and strong hit damage. Okay, doesn't increase chance, increases strong hit damage. Fair enough. But if you have someone like Dracula, who has a 4-hit ultimate, and they all happen to strong hit, you're going to be gaining another 320 divinity, which puts you at 670. So that's already 2/3 of the way there. And let's say you've cast this, and then Dracula goes, you're going to be basically back towards that 350 with the passive tick as well. So it seems like a very, very strong sort of divinity gain there. So that's Quetzalcoatl. We do get to see his animations as well. I'm going to throw that in towards the end because I want to keep on the track of this ultimate support pairing for the Cavern. But actually, before I do that, I forget we have his passive. When he is defeated, he revives all allies with 50% HP and increases their initiative by 5%, stacking 3 times and only occurs once per wave. So there is an argument to build him really, really squishy to make sure that he dies in each wave. Because if it's anything like Raid, you've got 3 waves per campaign level. So if you could get him to die in each one, he's always going to be reviving people and always going to be increasing their initiative. And it stacks up to 3 times, so you could get 15% initiative increase. So that is another way you could perhaps lean into it. I'm not thinking like this and just having him die. I'm thinking of making him stalwart, standing there forever. Now, Susie does show us some gear pieces and focusing mainly on this Kraken set. So we do get an idea on what the 2-piece set is. So it increases his HP by 1% on each turn, up to a maximum of 15 stacks. So this is each turn that he goes. In this sort of mindset that I'm going, we're going zoomies, we're going super, super fast, we're taking all of the turns. We're going to stack this up really quickly. And Susie does also show us the 6-piece bonus and a 4-piece as well. So the 4-piece bonus increases his HP by 25%. That increases his heal on his basic. And the 6-piece reduces damage from just attacks. That's all attacks. I assume this means ultimates, as well as basics, as well as cores. So you're really going to be able to keep him on the battlefield. But we only get 6 slots, and I do want some speed on this guy, and this is where it's going to get really tough with builds. So I might actually myself only go for 2 or 4 rather than the 6, but the 6-piece is very strong. Moving to Quetzalcoatl's Awakening, so this is also going to be super important as well. So his Awakening level 1, as you can see here, increases speed of each target by 10, stacking up to 3 times. And this is linked to his core ability, I believe, which was boosting of turn meter. and placing increased speed. So yeah, just flat speed increase is really, really good, especially for this comp that we're thinking. Plus 15 initiative, just getting your ultimate. Awakening 3 will place Petrify on any attack which cannot be resisted, so it doesn't need to be a strong hit anymore. It's just placing it, and this seems mega bonkers with what we're trying to do. His 4th Awakening is initial divinity plus 200, so we're going to be already over halfway, which is ridiculous, considering we only need 1,000 and we can get 80 per strong hit. And then his last one, the revive has no wave restriction, so it can't happen once per wave. If you want to build him really squishy and make him the target, you can just keep dying, keep reviving and boosting. Was it initiative or turn meter? I can't remember. But yeah, you get the idea. So now I'm popping over to my site and we're meeting an old friend, Aphrodite. Now, there is a caveat to this in that we know that Anubis's skill set has changed. We saw that recently, and so I know that it's wrong on my site, but because I haven't changed it, or because I don't know the rest of the kit, I haven't changed it. We don't know if the same has applied to Aphrodite. We will obviously find out soon enough for those lucky enough to pull her in the cavern. But this is based on her thing not changing at this point. So she is also an invoker, a support-based class, okay? And we're sort of basing it around her basic, her core, and her passive. We don't really care too much about the ultimate here. Future Ragewood here. So, as I was editing another video covering something that Scratch went over very recently with Simon, we saw Aphrodite's kit had changed. Now, I did preface it a second ago. I recorded everything, went down the rabbit hole, and now I've had to climb back up the rabbit hole, run around before I go back down. So we do care about the ultimate as well. So let's just take a look at the kit in general now. So her passive has changed from what it was previously. Allies gain 2% turn meter when inflicting damage to an enemy. This effect is doubled on allies who are under speed up and initiative up. Now, I don't know if it is 2% exactly, but what I can tell you is in the video we can see Aphrodite's passive being imprinted on something. So it says allies gain 1% turn meter, etc. Now, we know that generally these passives are halved to what they are really, so that's where I'm getting the 2% from, just as a FYI. So that's where I'm getting that from, and then in the same video we see Aphrodite's ultimate. Allies attacks all enemies, then she extends the duration of speed up and initiative up on all allies by 1 turn. She also increases the turn meter and divinity of all allies by 20%. This effect is doubled on units under speed up and initiative up. She also gains 70 divinity when placing a buff on an ally. So, from what I can see, the core and the basic has not changed, okay? But this is nutty because if we jump over to Quetzalcoatl, he places speed up too, okay, and increases the turn meters. So with that in mind, we're already meeting part of this requirement. So the only thing we're missing is someone that places initiative up too. And if we can find that, this passive is going to be going all the time. You can use Quetzalcoatl's core, you can use the core of whoever this person is with initiative up to, and then follow it up with the ultimate of Aphrodite to increase the turns of that, and it will also increase the turn meter and the divinity by 40%. So you're getting like halfway back, and in Aphrodite's case it will be like 800 divinity out of that 2,000, which is mad. It's such a strong pairing. Now she is only placing 3 buffs herself, 2 on the core, and she places speed up on herself, on her basic, so this divinity gain here is going to be quite slow, but, you know, increasing the turn meter of all allies as well by 10%, and getting Quetzalcoatl to heal all allies it's just nutty. It really, really is. And what's even wackier, like, I want to try and find someone, I say, who has initiative 2 and retaliate. So if I go to my buffs and debuffs, by the way, guys, like, I'm aware that my hero pages are dated now. I'm trying to find a way to get it to like autofill so I don't have to mess around with it, but I'm really struggling. So do bear with me. But I have updated a lot of other things, and the buffs is one of them. So retaliate, they counterattack the enemy attackers when hit. So if someone places initiative up and retaliate in one core ability, then Aphrodite's gonna continue to increase our turn meter. Quetzalcoatl is going to heal us. It just seems like a very nutty combo. And then if we also place that with someone who has like an ally attack skill, like it is it's GG, like better luck next time. And if we go to the most recent podcast,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If it's a leak, it's a leak. But I think you guys have already seen.
Wait, you can't leak yours either?
I'm just going back. I'm just trying to decide if whatever. I'll just say it. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If it's a leak, it's a leak. But I think you guys have already seen Shamash.
Yeah.
Good. Obviously, Shamash. This is the. But dear Lord, his kit. If this shifts, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't be too sad about it since he's got my namesake. But yeah, I think Shamash is one of those ones where I absolutely love. Have we talked about his kit at all? I don't know if we have.
We have shown what he looks like and all that, but we have not talked about his exact kit.
But no kit.
Yep.
All right. Probably not the time. Probably not the time. I'll let Simon. So I know. It's I don't know. We can give one. We'll give one. So he basically has. He is the join attack guy. I would say he is ridiculously good. So joint attack is like ally attack. I don't know what other games will call it, but man, it's savage when he gets in there and he does his core, and you're just like, holy crap, that's a lot of damage coming through from, because it's the whole team. So he's one that I'm interested to see if he's maybe a little bit too savage, but he's certainly fun to play with. There's no question. And that's, I guess, going back philosophically.
So Shamash is the joint attack guy. And it sounds like his core has the entire team going or attacking there. So if we can pair him with Aphrodite, with this, and Quetzalcoatl, I think that is a triad to be feared. Then obviously at that point you want someone with some decreased defense, and then you want like an actual damage dealer, because obviously this is very support heavy with 3 invokers if you have Aphrodite, Quetzalcoatl and Shamash. But I think that is a very exciting prospect to imagine of a potential team. Now, they are, of course, 3 legendaries, and how easy that is going to be to get, no one knows. I imagine quite hard. This is magical Christmas land, but I am super looking forward to potentially having the opportunity to test this, should we get them all. But it's just absolutely nutty to think about, and yeah, Quetzalcoatl, very strong turn meter booster. Speed, zoomies all the time. As I say, if Shamash places initiative up 2 as well, like, good luck. Like, if I can get all those 3, I'm winning this. Anyway, guys, I will leave you with Quetzalcoatl's animations at the end here. That will be all from myself. So thank you very much for watching. Take care, look after yourselves. Work hard, but as always, play harder. And I'll see you in another one soon. And yeah, enjoy the animations at the end here. Cheers.